give us energy, give us passion, give us hunger on the couch. We're done. We're switching it up.
Yes.
Bitch, what was
Okay. Welcome to All Things Considered, where all conversations are considered tea.
We will be giving you our opinions on all things alleged in these streets.
I'm Marco. This is Aramis. Let's get into it.
Okay, first on the docket, we have the girls upset because, as we all know, or maybe we don't, Moneybagg Yo's birthday recently passed, and his long-term girlfriend, I say long-term because it's kind of been a minute they've been together, bought him 28.8 acres of land in his hometown. Now, although this was a sweet gesture, believe it or not, people are kind of like, I wouldn't say upset, but they're kind of trying to make it a topic of conversation. It even made it to the Real, where the girls were talking about how you're doing wifey things for a boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And you know, I've had this conversation come up. When you talk to older women, they always tell you there's a certain amount of things you should do for a boyfriend before you become his wife. Mm-hmm. You know, like you can't make him too comfortable in this position, or you know, he won't wife you. Like there's no point of wife you. Like what's the saying? Why buy the cow when I can get the milk for free?
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't think this applies here. I think this is out of most of our tax brackets.
Mm-hmm. No, that's the sad truth.
I think this whole conversation is out of our tax bracket, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I think that if we were making the amount of money that either one of them were making yearly, that would be a regular birthday. Mm-hmm. Because you gotta think about it. What is it normally? Cars.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
jewelry.
If I could jump in right there, you gotta think about it. What do you give somebody who can give themselves anything? There's so much potential in that land.
Yeah.
You know what type of investment that is? You know, it's not about if she's his wife or not. Honestly, obviously, they are investing in each other. They care about each other, and they're willing to spend their lives and their money.
And just because she ain't post nothing don't mean he ain't bought nothing for her that could be long-term money for her either. You know, like all we see is the bags, the Birkins, the cars, the jewelry, the shoes.
Very well be behind the scenes, feeding into her business, doing this, doing that. We don't know because it's not for us to know. It's not our business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To be honest, like you said, it's what outside of our tax bracket.
It really is, and
I would love to receive 28.8, acres of land. Like, you know what I would do with that? I would build a whole community on that.
When I say it's out of my tax bracket, I 100,000% mean that.
At the current time.
It means that right now, no matter how much I love my fiance, I couldn't buy him 28.8 acres of land if I wanted to. And we're engaged. Mm-hmm. And when we get married in next summer, I still wouldn't even be able to buy him 28.8 acres of land, and he'd be my husband.
The conversation is, if you could, would you?
If I could right now?
Let's say you both were, you know what I'm saying, making that type of money, and your gifts were extravagant, you're always traveling. So y'all are thinking more than just the average working Joe, obviously. And that's no offense to anybody, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know, would you find yourself, to be honest, and if I'm speaking as your personal friend, outside of All Things Considered, let me let you answer first. How would you go about that?
I don't see why I wouldn't, honestly.
And you know what? I was going to say, I see you doing something like that because thinking about it, if we're together, if we're going to be together, I can see you saying, hey, DeAndre, here's damn near 30 acres of land. I want you to hold on to it because you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know that you're going to do research on it. I know that if we got the bread, you're going to put a plan together. We're going to develop this land. We're going to make money off this land, and we're going to do it together. You get what I'm saying? And I'm doing the first gesture to start. I believe that
Ari is somewhat of a smart woman and not totally naive in that if you cannot buy it 2 or 3 times, you're not buying it, period. Meaning, if she could not buy the land for herself 2 or 3 times, she wouldn't have bought it 1 time for him. Like, you got to think about it. Did she go broke buying this land for him?
And the answer is no, and I'll tell you why.
So there's nothing wrong with what she did. In my opinion, this is what people in other tax brackets do. Whether he had bought her another Rolls truck, another chain, another Birkin,
whatever,
it still would have been the same money spent. She just chose to switch up the narrative a little bit. Like, you got enough change, you got enough cars, you could buy all of that yourself. Let me step out the box a little bit. Let me spend this same money that I would have spent on all of this stuff on some land. I don't understand the conversation there. I think people need to mind their tax bracket.
And if let's just be completely honest with it, and I want to throw this in the mix before we move on. We always talk about people and what they're doing with their money and what we would do if we had the money. To be completely honest, we need to see more African American people, more people of color, buying land, gifting land, making that normal.
In his hometown.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how you know it wasn't for show or anything like that. She went to his hometown
and bought him
land for him to do whatever he chooses to do with it. Like,
so that he can go and make a difference.
I think it was a nice gift and something different than what we used to see and stuff.
That's more than just saying I like you, I care about you. That's saying that I truly love you and want to be with you. I'm investing not only into your future, but I'm investing into your past. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm investing into you so that you can go and fix what was wrong in your community and make a difference. That's a real woman. And people ain't gonna say it because she be, cutting up on live and cutting up on Instagram when people do her wrong. Ari be cutting up, she knows she do, but we love us some Ari, and it's just the truth. We call a spade a spade. But that was the real move. Like, that really hit on different levels.
Yeah. So. Our next topic.
Kelly Price.
We'll get into Miss Kelly Price. Miss MIA, that's back. IA Price.
All of that, all the nicknames. So, girl, allegedly, apparently, the last that we heard, and when I say we, I mean the entire world, of Miss Kelly Price was that she had COVID-19. I'm not sure when she got her diagnosis, but she in fact had COVID. So, doing what anybody else with a rational mind, would do, she took some time off.
Yeah,
Sis left social media.
Her COVID was bad too.
And I didn't really get too deep into, find out how it was, but she took the time off that she needed. She wasn't on social media. She wasn't posting, to the point where I believe it was T.S. Madison posted and said, check on Kelly Price. I haven't heard from Kelly Price in a minute. And then this big ordeal happened as to where everybody was trying to figure out and find out what's going on with Kelly Price. So long story short, we have Miss Nikki. I just had her name on the tip of my tongue. Forgot her name. I'll insert her name when I remember it. But we have Miss Nikki. I'm going to call her that for the moment. And she decides that she wants to tell the world that she spoke to Kelly Price and that she's doing good. And in the midst of her doing this, she goes on to try to promote her music. Right? Typical clout chasing behavior.
Yeah. So
then we have a real bitch, DeBrat, who got online and she had her choice words to say. So of course DeBrat was in defense for Kelly Price, and pretty much I stand with what she said. You know what I'm saying? If you're coming out here to tell the world about your friend, you're not going to use that time, that platform, that spotlight to say, hey, go check out my music.
Right, to advertise
hey, go do
anything you're doing.
Like, no.
So, like, has anyone heard from Kelly Price since?
Her children, so her DeBrat, her children know where she at, her family know where she at, she fine, you know what I'm saying, she's making through, she's getting better, and she's going to respond soon. She has things she want to say, she's going to say that soon. But, you know what I'm saying, just because she's a celebrity does not mean that we're going to invade her privacy and not allow her the time or space to come out for her own.
Right.
So, Brad even said that she spoke to her herself, and she waited until she got Kelly's permission to even clear anything up. And I respect that.
That's good. I'm glad that we've heard from her, because I know that there was a somewhat of news that she had gone missing or something like that, and that no one had heard from her, and the only person that was talking was her boyfriend / husband, and it had got real weird there for a second.
Yeah.
And now that she's back
And she's not even
at least
necessarily
not
bad, but
like
she
has let people know that she's alive.
Yeah,
I'm glad the narrative can go in a different direction.
She debunked the claims, yeah.
I did hear that her COVID was bad. I heard that it was collapsing one of her lungs. I heard that she had been hospitalized for a very long time. And you know, COVID affects different people differently. It affects everyone like completely differently. And I heard that she just happens to be one of the ones really affected by COVID. So we can just only hope that she's healing and not missing and is truly communicating with people that she wants to communicate with. And it's good to hear that she's not missing and that we're not reporting on something completely different.
And the truth of the matter is, not even Brat mentioned that her family, her children know where she is. Her lawyer also, you know, knows where she is and has talked to her, and things are okay. She's okay. So that's as much as we know. Okay,
let's slide into our last topic of the day. Mr. Robert Kelly, aka R. Kelly.
Y'all's uncle.
Okay, y'all's mama's favorite, you know what I'm saying, favorite male artist.
Okay, meet him at the Holiday Inn.
So, he was found recently guilty on all charges. Guilty on all charges. And we can only be happy for him.
Not happy for him, girl.
The thing is, like, he hasn't been sentenced yet. He's facing up to 140 years in prison, which is the rest of his life. So we don't know exactly how long he'll be in there, but basically just count him out, write him off, dance to him at family reunions, and move on. It's a wrap for Mr. Robert. Honestly, I think it's well overdue. It's kind of like one of those like themes, like I feel like especially in black families, people used to joke a lot about Robert Kelly, about R. Kelly. They used to joke a lot about the whole situation between him and the 14-year-old girl. It used to be almost like a playful conversation. And as we gotten older, I think especially our generation, we like, wait a second, that was so wrong. Like, you know, our generation, I feel, is all about speaking up, calling people out, making people take accountability, saying what's right, saying how you feel, you know, being who you are, and calling out people for, you know, we ain't sweeping nothing under the rug anymore in this generation. And I think, you know, once our generation really started to take a step back and look at his record, we kind of was like, oh, nah, he gotta go. Like, music good, but you gotta go. Like, we know how to separate the music from the artist. But with your debt being what's his net worth now?
Negative $2 million, girl.
Negative $2 million. You're gonna need all them plays at every family function you can get anyway.
Because he's not gonna see a single one of them.
Right. He owes a lot of people a lot of money. That's what you can pretty much say. That's what you can pretty much say. And I guess the girls that were waiting on him when he was arrested can go ahead and move forward with their lives, get some counseling. Parents need counseling. Separate yourselves for a second. And yeah, I almost said something, but I don't even want to go there about the parents of the victims, because I almost feel like y'all just is at fault. But I'm gonna leave that alone.
That's a separate conversation.
I'm gonna leave it alone. Let's just celebrate in the fact that the predator has been put away. And our moms and aunties got to enjoy him for the better part of his life, so there should be no complaints.
Listen, y'all can stream him on your streaming services or your YouTubes if you want to see him. Concerts there. Other than that, that man is paying for what he did.
That's exactly what he should have been doing
from the
years ago.
While we was laughing about it, and you know, they didn't even know what we was laughing about, honestly, truly. So
yeah.
Guys, for this week's Little Dose of Positivity, we wanted to shout out a restaurant. So one of our good friends and viewers told us to go and try out this food, so we absolutely had to go over there and try them out, right? So I'll be inserting clips of what we had, because we had a little bit of everything.
Literally a little bit of everything. It's a black-owned restaurant owned by a woman and her daughter.
Yeah.
The food is delicious.
Absolutely. Everything is home cooked down to the hoe cakes.
Right. And if y'all not from the South, then y'all might have to go down there just to try what a hoe cake is, because ain't no explaining what a hoe cake is.
Okay.
Like,
it's just cornbread.
But it looked like a pancake.
Yeah, it's a cornbread.
But it's not a pancake. I don't know. It's a whole cake.
Literally, the ribs fell off the bone. I wish I would have gotten a video of the bone coming out.
Yeah, his ribs literally did fall off the bone. And then I got the brisket sliders. It was amazing. The service was good. It was clean in there. And we just wanted to shout out a Black-owned business.
Now, this is not a paid advertisement. They did not pay us to say this. We genuinely enjoyed our experience there. So, guys, if you're in what area is that?
That's like the Atlanta area.
Hayfield, like South Atlanta?
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah. If you're in the South Atlanta area, drop on by Virginia Avenue and check out Lickety Split over there.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. We enjoyed y'all this episode. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on those post notifications to get notified every time we upload. We'll see y'all in the next video.
Hit the little bell.
Good enough.